Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verses 1 through 17. Again, Moses reminds God's people to love the Lord, your God. You're his people, he's your God, and to walk in his ways, to keep all that he has taught them. And then he says to them, remember today that your children didn't experience everything that you experienced. They didn't go through the testing and the discipline that the Lord put upon you. And so you're going to need to share that and model that for your children so that they understand that you must pass on. You must, in your worship, show the greatness of God and how his outstretched arm, his might. You are to share what he did to Pharaoh, how he hardened his heart, what he did to Egypt, how he conquered and defeated the Egyptian army at the Red Sea. He destroyed them who were pursuing you. You saw what he did to you in the wilderness and how he disciplined you, and what he did to Dathan and Abiram, who rebelled against Moses and against God. You saw with your own eyes God's great and terrible deeds. And you know that the Lord is not to be trifled with. Do not mess with God, because just as you have seen God's great merciful works to redeem you and save you and provide for you and claim you as his people, you've also seen what happens when people mess with God, right? And so you need to heed the entire commands that God has given to you, and everything he has shared with you. Why? So that you may be strong. Instead of trying to walk into the promised land out of your own weakness, instead to be strengthened by God, so that you go into the promised land based on what God is going to do, so that you may live long, so that you may have a land that, unlike Egypt, where the rivers would swell and flood the plains. That's how they had agriculture in Egypt. He says, here, you're not going to be like that. You got mountains and valleys. Instead, you're going to rely upon rain. And that rain is provided by God. And you want to be careful not to be seduced, to be turned away, to serve other gods, to worship other gods. Do not get seduced into thinking that what you have is provided by your own strength or your own luck or the gods of this world. I mean, listen up, right? This is for us. We are to remember that everything we have is provided by God. And we don't want to, God does get angry. God withdraws his blessings. And we don't want to kindle the anger of the Lord. The Lord will, and he tells them, if you disobey God and you become just as wicked as the people that preceded you, the Lord will move you off the promised land. Someone else will take it. Well, friends, that's certainly something for us to consider of how God is gracious, yes, but there are consequences when we turn away from God and turn towards sin, turn towards idolatry. Those consequences follow naturally. So that's why God is constantly calling us into his grace and his love and his provision. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.